In this video, I am giving my X-Maxx a complete and total makeover. It is going to get a new Proline body. It's going to get some 3D printed skid accessories. I'm going to even work over these rings on the Proline tires and wheels. It is time to make this thing look very different. If you follow the channel, you know this X-Maxx is actually what got me back into RC. So it clearly has a very special place in my heart. It actually started life as a 6S model before it was upgraded to 8S, and now it is actually a Max 5 and like 800 kV monster. One thing, if you own an X-Maxx, that you know immediately is that the factory X-Maxx Lexan bodies die a horrible death very, very quickly. The truck's just too big for that Lexan, and it just destroys it. So getting something like one of these Russian Unbreakable bodies is key, and I have had this body here for a very long time. This is actually one of the original, very first RC Maniac V1 bodies back in like 2019 or whatever it was when they first came out. So a typical X-Maxx Lexan body only lasts maybe a couple bashes before it starts to crash. This thing's like 3 years old at this point, and it has taken some abuse. Look, stickers are falling off, everything that's up at any degree has scratches just all over it, and it's literally finally worn through the back right here. I mean, this body has been through everything, and it still to this day is in great shape. I'm actually kind of sad to get rid of it, if I'm honest. But my buddy, the Rich D RC, actually gave me one of the Proline Brute bodies, so we will be getting that on there, and that is step number one. This is that actual Proline Brute body. So it is the, I think that's like the Ford Raptor edition from Proline. It is the Brute, which means it is the tough material, but it's pretty plain and boring in just the white. Now I have a bunch of stickers I still need to put on it, but what you'll see here is I've actually designed and 3D printed a front nose skid, roof skid, and then a back tailgate support and skid. I am going to upload all of these onto printables, so I will have a link for you down below. Have you know, they are not a perfect design, perfect print by any stretch of the imagination. I printed them in Ninja Tech Armadillo TPU, which is a highly abrasion resistant material. Very, very strong, should be very durable in this application. Honestly, I'm not really that great at 3D modeling stuff, especially complex curves like is needed to match this body. So once I actually had them printed, I did have to do a fair amount of grinding and fitting to get them to match up like they are here. So please do not think that just you're going to take them exactly off the print bed and bolt them on. I had to use, I'd make my own screw holes, screw them in. I had to definitely contour and shape the final pieces to match the body exactly as I wanted it. Now I need to get some stickers on here and see how that looks. We now have stickers, we have a cage in there, we have the whole thing is all said and done. Check it out. It's now time to start working on these wheels. A couple things that I've had is, one, I don't think I want that white on there anymore. I think I want to tie the orange into it. So we're going to work on that. And then the other thing is, you notice on the back here, these rings are actually cracked. So I actually have, I found again on printables, a 3D print file where you can actually print both the front and rear ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print this front ring in this same orange material like we're using everywhere here, this Ninja Tech Armadillo TPU. And on the rear, I'm going to print them in black to kind of make them disappear. And we're going to see how that goes. Fast forwarding here, I now have a slew full of printed parts, and I even have the first wheel done. Check that out. That is looking so much better. Now we get to slide this on here and see just how that orange helps that whole thing pop and look cool. I am loving the ability to have some, what we'll call, you know, like some custom ring colors on there without having to spend a bunch to actually get them. So that's pretty awesome. Now there's two things that you don't really think about as you do this. One is these beautiful hot racing blue serrated nuts that I clearly need to now do something with. And the other is these bright blue shocks that stick out through here. Now, I am not going to probably paint or de-anodize or anything those bright blue shocks. Maybe I'll eventually run like just a shock cover. What I can do with these hot racing nuts is I can paint them black, and they take paint just nicely. And now that big nut will just disappear right there in the center. Check that out. So this is going to look good. I clearly have a number of screws that I now need to mess with to get all these on, so I will check back in once this is done, and then we will check the vehicle out full what it looks like, and then go give it its first bash to give these skid plates and this body a true test.
Oh. There we go.
We are back from that test run, and I gotta say, it definitely worked exactly as planned. Yes, these have taken some scrapes and some damage. That's exactly what they are designed to do, but they actually didn't take very much damage, which I'm really happy about. You know, you can see the scrapes, and it's actually more noticeable, I think, than it otherwise would be, because that was a black asphalt, and so that asphalt, you can see it kind of colored it in a little bit because it was wet out that day. I think if I was on concrete or a dry day, honestly, I don't think we would see this at all. But the parts stood up. I purposely was crashing this, right? I was purposely letting it flip over and slide just to see what would happen. And you can see the body actually is in great shape. It didn't touch the body anywhere except for right up here, right above these front corners. So maybe if I was ever going to do this again, I'd try to bring this front skid over just a little bit more so that it could help protect this front corner. But honestly, I'm going to run it like it is. I think it looks great with the orange highlights on the body, the orange highlights here. Yeah, maybe I need to do something about the shocks since they're big and blue and sticking out there. But honestly, I'm having fun with it. So the Proline Brute Body so far is holding up. Honestly, I'm going to be doing some more tests with it to see, maybe I'm actually going to try to jump it and crash it from a jump and see if it really is structurally sound right in here. But I am loving it. It looks great. And I now have a refreshed looking X-Maxx, which I'm very happy about. I'm going to get off to working on some other things. Thank you for watching. We will see you in some other X-Maxx playlist videos that I have over here so you can see all the shenanigans that this truck has been through in its history. So check those out, and we will see you in that video. Thank you, and goodbye.